shelter, Tillary. This is how we've been living for a long time. Shelter will be shut down. As single women, we need to be taken care of, respected. And this is not how we live. For homeless, we need to be respected. This shelter, Tillary, needs to be shut down now.
Hi, my name is Shonda Marie Edie Warren. I can't take my medication right. They shut the dorms down where the water is provided for the people on each floor. They close it at night, and I can't take my medication right. I slipped and fell on top of a broken ankle already in the slippery bathroom, full of mold and feces and all kinds of things that are not being cleaned up the way it should be.
Hold on, they should just, hold on. I don't know, the string's not that long.
I got it, I ain't gonna let it go.
Hello, my name is Sarah Sixdale. I have one leg. I have a prosthesis, another leg. I have to put on my prosthesis and come out the room whether if it's cold or not. I'm trying to get transferred from here, but nobody is hearing me. I would need somebody to see that I get a place to go instead of being here, falling in the bathroom and everything. I can't take a shower. I'm scared. I have been attacked already in this elevator here.
Yeah.
Nobody.
What's the name of the shelter?
This is Tillary, 200 Tillary Street shelter.
Okay.
I was attacked yesterday morning, in fact, by a lady.
Wow.
Supposed to be mad or something like that. They put her out, but by evening she was already inside the building again.
Wow.
And I'm scared to be in the elevator.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway.
Sorry to hear that. You know, it's a sad thing that the Department of Homeless Services is allowing this.
Yeah.
They know about this.
So now, and she's threatening to shoot, and she's threatening to slice your face when you're sleeping.
Wow.
Things like
And they
that.
allow her still here?
And yeah.
How long she been here?
Yeah. She was here. She's here like what? A couple of days? No?
A week. Is that one of the staff members? Is that one of the employees?
No. About a week.
Client?
She's a client too, yeah. Anyway, well, that's my story.
Because I wanted to get pictures of employees too. Not really.
They left.
They were here.
We were here a long time.
Hi, my name is Tristessa Menendez. I am now a client here at Tillary Street Women's Shelter. My first initial response in getting here was horrific. I had some food with me the morning I arrived. Just overall conditions just meeting here is demanding. I've been assaulted here in the women's facility. I've been allowed to enter the place. You know, it's very traumatizing.
Even with, let me ask you a question. They allowed to come in the building?
Still in the building.
Without signing in?
On the same meal line.
Yeah.
Morning, noon, and night. It's just, there are a lot of things that need to be done and have to be shut down in order to get refocused. That's so big. There's a lot of things wrong with this place. I'm handicapped. I don't know if you can tell. I have a walker. Like the woman next to me, Maya, she and I should not be here. We have some issues that this place does not address those who are handicapped or
the value is can you put the
the place is just not situated to deal with certain issues that are not, basically you cannot house everybody under the same roof. Everyone is not the same case. We all have different situations. The only thing in similarity is that we take medication. That's it. Everybody has a different issue.
You know how to do the balance thing?
Places run with ill regards to women, period.
Okay.
I could go on and on, but like I said, my name is Tristessa Menendez. I really don't know why I'm here.
How long you been here?
Complied with everything since May 17th.
Of what year?
And of this year, 2013, and as I'm finding out things that we're trying to share with you, $3,700 a night for a city shelter, you know, it costs less than that to just find me something and get me out of here.
Yes.
You can't hear me? You can hear me? Okay. So $3,700 per person is just asinine. It makes no sense where taxpayers' money is spent. It's really ludicrous. It's just, there are many issues that we all have here, and basically this place needs to be reissued a staff of some people with passion, some training, some education, because looking at me and looking at them, you can't tell who the professional is. And that's a sad situation. And it's nice to meet you, and I'm sorry to hear your history.
Yes, and is your housing being worked on as far as you know?
As far as I know, my package has been done and it's been approved, but I have yet to have a housing meeting, any type of interview. No, meeting, interview, no, and void, all of the above.
Okay. And what's your name again?
Tristessa.
Nice to meet you, Tristessa. Stay strong. We got more going on.
There's a whole lot that needs
we gotta do walk down to City Hall next time.
Okay, I'll roll with you.
That's how far you go. You gotta walk into the mic.
My name is Pamela Walker, and I'm one of the co-organizers of the Shut Tillary Down protest. This shelter is a cesspool of alcohol, drugs, extortion, filth, and violence. What's going on in this shelter needs to be exposed, and I would like to have an inquisition of the financial affairs of the company that runs this shelter. I don't believe that the needs of the women are being met. There's no compassion. People are suffering in silence, and nobody knows what's going on here. I believe that there's a financial interest in housing people longer than they need to be. They can get people out here faster, but it's too profitable for them to put them into permanent housing. And I'm very concerned. There's very unprofessional behavior here, and this is known as the punishment shelter. And I don't believe that anyone who is homeless should be punished. I think that they should be given services to help them maintain housing and any medical issues. And we really want to expose the financial aspect of homeless shelters. And being homeless does not define who a person is. And this can happen to anyone. We're living in New York City, and the economy is bad right now, and the rent is very high. So most working people are 2 paychecks away from being homeless themselves. So we have to get a compassionate effort to bring attention to what's going on in homeless shelters. And I would like to close on that.
I want to ask you one question.
Sure.
There was a shutdown sign you had posted or something like this? Was
yes,
it
Shut Tillary Down.
Can I?
And you can see that. And we have our information on there.
Okay, one of you ladies hold it up to me while I... Thank you. Alright, good, thank you.
We have many photos to prove the evidence that of the conditions of how people are suffering in silence. And
no good.
I know that...
Food is no good?
Food is no good.
Okay, perfect.
I know the staff is aware, and as soon as I began to protest, they're moving me out of the shelter because they don't want what's going on exposed. Now I have been given an apartment, and I'm moving out next week Friday because they figure if they cut the head, the body will fall. And they want this protest to stop. They don't want it to be exposed what's going inside here. But we have to continue even if I'm outside. And we have to continue to educate people what's going on in homeless shelters and how people who are exercising their civil liberties are being taunted. Some of the clients are being bribed. Some are being threatened. And this needs to be exposed so people are afraid to protest.
All right, let me hold the sign up and talk a little bit.
Sure.
You wanna record me?
Sure. I'm going to record you.
That was good, man. That was good.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Yes, my name is Jimmy Avila. I've been in the shelter for 580 days. You know, I started off in Wards Island, and they moved me to PRC. But what's happening here is ongoing, you know, and the staff members are getting money, you know, taxpayers' money. They should be treating us right, you know. Discrimination and all this stuff is going on in this facility, retaliation, and you can't, once you speak up for your rights, you become a target. Anywhere you go, any shelter you go to, they will be following you, they will be flagging you down. This is a normal practice with the Department of Homeless Services. They've been doing this for years, abusing the mentally ill and chemically addicted. Basically, we need some support from outside people like Mayor Bloomberg, Andrew Cuomo, President Letitia James. Every council member needs to come out here and support us, because our taxpayers' money is going to their pockets to support them, to pay their rent and stuff like that. So basically, I'm going to be following up on this issue here, shutting this place down, and we need to shut down more shelters. This is not the only one. This is just the beginning. Okay.
Thank you.
Tillary shelter, 200 Tillary shelter is going to be history in a couple of more months. I don't see them operating here too much, too long. And, you know, I apologize for the good people who are working here, but this is the truth. You know, the truth is, the truth is that we all got to stick together, you know, because they say united we stand, divided we fall.
Right.
You know, they're going to have some staff members trying to use clients as weapons to attack those who are practicing their rights. You cannot be afraid of that, because if you believe in God, you shouldn't fear anyone but God. You know what I'm saying? And when they do that, it should make you even stronger when they use clients as weapons, because at the end of the day, you know, that client is going to make a fool of himself. He's going to go to jail, and he'll be prosecuted, might even get hurt trying to mess with the wrong person. But at the end of the day, you ladies stay strong, because I'm going to be coming out here more often. We need to get Charles Barron down here. We need to get all the activists out here. You know, and we need to walk down to City Hall.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
And we need to do this right away. We can't wait next week. You know, we gotta start. Like Monday, Tuesday, we need to be walking down to City Hall. You know, also, you know, you ladies should be seeing your own doctors. You shouldn't see the doctors here, because they're working together. There's conspiracy going on. You know, if you see their doctors, you know, they basically will diagnose you with the wrong diagnosis. Exactly. And once they know you're practicing your rights, they'll put you in the hospital for 5 months, maybe more, maybe a year, just to keep your mouth shut. But the truth is, you know, see your own private doctor. You know, if you can, get your camera, record anything illegal that's happening here, tape record, take pictures, get names of people who's doing this to you, get the dates. And this is considered a personal injury if you really think about it. Everyone here is entitled to money damages because of mental anguish and mental distress, emotional distress. So I could see a class action lawsuit coming on, class action lawsuit about to be pending to 200 Tillary Street Corporation. I don't know who's contracted by, but I think it's ICL.
ICL, that's correct. ICL.
What does ICL stand for?
Institute for Community Living.
Institute for Community Living. Yes, and they need to be sued. Anyone involved with helping them needs to be taken to court. The court is 141 Livingston Street, right down the block. But this is bigger than just civil court. This is federal court also.
Yes.
So we can't just do civil. We got to do supreme. We got to into every courthouse. And as a poor person, you don't have to pay for the law to start a claim, to start a lawsuit against this facility. You know, the waive will be fee. The waive will be waived. The fee will be waived. And basically, don't get discouraged. Just keep it strong. You know, we need some support from the outside people. And, you know, don't be afraid of people, physicians, stand up for your rights. Or retaliation, because I'm a living proof of it. I've been fighting the system for 2-3 years, and I'm not afraid. I told them, you know, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, all these civil rights leaders, they died for us to have freedom, so we all need to do the same thing here. Even Rosa Parks in the bus, you know, she was fighting for us to be able to sit in the bus and in front of the bus. So, you know, we got people that died for this group to stand up for your rights. So, I'm gonna let it.
Free Angela Davis, baby.
Free Angela Davis.
The Menendez brothers.
The Menendez brothers as well.
And the women of Tillary.
And the women of Tillary.
Yeah, we need it. We need it.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Clap. Come on, let's give it up. Give it up. Give it up. All right. Let's go one more time. I just want you to know that I thank you for your support, and I hope I know you have been an encouragement to me when I heard your story, and we're just going to keep this movement moving, and I know that God is with us because this is a just cause. It's a righteous cause, and no weapon formed against the righteous shall prosper. So we're going to keep this thing going on. I'm walking by faith and not by my sight. And I know God walks with me, and I know He's going to have people to help us as we continue this struggle. And we will get victory. We will get victory. So stay strong. We're women, and I just wanted to say that you gave a good legacy on the men, but I want to say we're walking in the same shoes as Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks.
Angela Davis.
Angela Davis.
Coretta Scott King.
Coretta Scott King.
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Fannie Lou Hamer.
And if they can be beat, and if they can be thrown at in dogs and water hoses, we're going to continue to protest, because if they can do it with dogs, water hoses on them, we can take some verbal abuse.
Yes, we can.
We can stand up to these bastards. And we're going to speak out against what's going on here, and we are not going to be afraid. They try to intimidate my sister here, and I tried to talk to her and give her some strength. Because the women who went before us went through worse. They were physically abused. Dogs sicked on them. So we had the right to protest without violence. And however, this young man has suffered violence as a result of protesting. But we're going to walk in these people's shoes, and we're going to walk by faith, and if God allows it, then it's His will. And if it's not His will, we will be victorious. And that's what we're going to continue to fight for. So I want to encourage everyone to continue to support us. Continue to encourage others. Some people are afraid to join this war. So every woman out here, I thank you for your strength. And I thank you for your courage.
It's not just for blacks. It's for all. I mean, for the human rights and the civil rights of all. Especially we all have that.
First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. It's nothing against the blacks or anything, but it's like for everyone.
It's for everyone. Homelessness can happen to everyone.
Yeah. Inadequate, humane treatment, so that we can come out of the system and not pay and not have taxpayers support us, so that we can advance and not be a burden. Some people say we're a burden to society, and we don't want to be a burden to society. We don't want that. We want to, Anyway, I just want to
thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you.
Can I say one more thing?
I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna pass it right to you.
Yes, you can offer us 1-bedroom apartments, studios, 3-quarter housing, whatever you want to offer us. Money, just to keep quiet, but nothing is gonna make us more happy than to see justice. You know, that's what we want to see. Justice done here. We want to change Tillary to under Tillary. We don't want to be talking to the wall. And we want to talk to the case manager. Everybody has to talk to the wall. It's inhumane what's happening here. It's against mankind, womankind. It's against Mother Nature. Undignified, you know, and I'm going to pass it to this lady here.
Hello again, everybody.
Come over a little bit. I think you need to come this way.
Angel! Hello everybody again. I'm gonna shed a few tears because I'm getting very emotional here. As a black woman, I'm strong. We're all black, beautiful queens, white, whatever the colors, do whatever. Just as Sister Pamela said, I'm thankful that I'm still here today because I was assaulted and insulted and harassed and then some in this shelter as a woman, as a single mother. And just as she reminded us, we all stand together for justice through the victory. For God said in His Word, greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. Through together we all stand. We are all, to God be the glory, we all stand with victory today because we are not ashamed of where we have come from and how far we are willing to go. And we are going to go together and we're going to stand through whatever and we're going to still hold each other's hands.
Just right.
Just as I tell people, don't look at us as people with mental illness and discriminate us. Look at us and support us. Tell us it's a good day. Tell us that we are somebody. Say good morning, good night, good evening. Speak the goodness in our life and stop speaking the negativity and just want to throw us away because we still stand today and we're still standing and you don't know what we have been through and you don't know what your next step will be in life on this earth today. You don't know how far you will go. You don't know what you have. You don't know. You don't know where you're gonna go. But you know, we all stand together. Just as we are all standing right now, we're going to continue to stand. And just as we are speaking together as a community, we're going to all stand together as people. Because we are somebody, and no, we are not going to be discriminated because of what history we've had. Because we're going forward to where we're willing to go, and we're all standing together, just as the history and with the ancestors. Just as they stood and they got spit on, they got burned up and then some, we're standing today because of justice and the victory. And what they went through, we cannot stand. We won't know where we would have went if we went that far. But because of them setting that example, we're going to stand together and we're going to walk together through whatever, no matter what. To God be the glory because this is a testimony for all of us.
Yes.
And I would like to leave that with peace. Peace. All right, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. If you spoke from her heart.
Yeah, so, you know, this is a class action lawsuit here. We got more than 6 people involved, you know. Everyone, maybe 80% of the building is affected by this discrimination and retaliation and mental anguish. Everyone here deserves money damages for their pain and suffering, emotional distress. So I advise, I'm going to be trying to get attorneys to represent us all in one nutshell and take it from there. Sue ICL. We're going to sue everyone involved in discrimination and retaliation. We're going to sue everyone in the highest capacity in the courthouse, and we're going to make them sweat, just like we sweat. We're going to make them sweat, cry. We're going to make them tears and refill. You know, they're going to lose their house. They ain't going to be able to pay their mortgage. They ain't going to be able to pay their car insurance.
That's right.
They're going to fall right in the laps of homelessness.
Yes.
Okay? And when they fall in the lap of homelessness, they should be to Tillary. You know? Because, you know, they say you reap what you sow, you know?
Yes, you do.
And they've been doing this for too long, abusing the mentally ill and violating different articles, you know.
And making millions.
Making millions and robbing taxpayers' money, you know, for their own personal reasons.
$70 million to live in the shelter.
$70 million? Yeah, $70 million to live in a shelter. You know, but you know, I'm not gonna hold this meeting up. I mean, just protest too long because I understand these ladies been out here since 2 o'clock protesting, and tomorrow, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is what? When is the next time you ladies gonna do this?
We're gonna discuss that.
Okay.
To be announced.
To be announced. To be announced.
And they're gonna keep me informed, and we're gonna have everybody involved here, council members, I'm surprised they're not here now. They should be here. But we got to have everybody out here. You know, Coalition for the Homeless.
Yes.
Everyone that want to help. You know.
Yeah, the people need to be united. Stand together.
You all need to stay united, you know, and stay strong.
United we stand.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Divided we fall.
So,
and if your back
stay strong, ladies. I'm going to wrap it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Give it up for the singer.
Where we stop at?
Thank you very much.
Okay.